Okay, so thank you guys once again for being here. That name looks very familiar. Welcome, Eric. Glad you're here with us. Yeah, I remember you from the Democracy Forum, I think, recently. You're muted.
Yeah.
You're still muted, Eric.
Muted.
There you go.
Okay, now my picture's gone. Yes, I remember you as well. Good morning, everybody.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Or is it afternoon? That's right, I'm in
I'm
California.
in Central Time. That's what it is. Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
We're just in the process of getting started, and our event today is going to be a little different. I received, as you guys know, Angela is my cousin, and I received word from her last night that one of her dogs died, and she is not doing well. So I don't know if you guys have ever lost an animal. I have, well, my kids have, and I lost a cat when I was a kid. It is not a good feeling.
Mm-mm.
Loss is just tough. So I told her we would carry on, and I want to carry on with in a form of empathy and concern for her today. I could let you guys know that we were not going to meet, but this is an opportunity. I believe that we can actually show her just how much we care about her. For those of you who have been around for a while, you know she's done quite a bit for this Anti-Racist Jubilee Symposium. And for that, I'm just very grateful. So like I said, this is our moment to carry on. Angela has been very diligent and consistent, very, very consistent in preparing various educational and informational presentations for our Anti-Racist Jubilee Symposia group. I'm going to let Casey in right now. And, you know, she's done code switching, bias and racism, diversity, inclusion. And today we were scheduled for equity. And then next month it was going to be access. So she, whenever things are back to where she's feeling like she can present, she'll be back. But today I just want to carry on for her. You know, she's journeyed with us. She's answered some of our, I would say, just unusual kind of questions. It's like, you know, moments of concern that we've have had. She genuinely believes that every one of us has a part to play in the process of helping each of us become better people in our united effort as a United States of America, as citizens of the United States of America. So I consider that very encouraging. And one of the things that you guys probably even know, even though she's my cousin, Angela volunteers every bit of her time. All that preparation, that's a lot of, as we say in Texas, that's a lot of darn preparation, a lot of preparation. And she does it so professionally. And so I want us to focus on the word volunteer. Okay. And then the word volunteer, you can choose to write something about her from all those letters, like VOLUNTEER, or you can just choose one of those letters. And then I would like for you to personally speak to the camera, speak to Angela yourself, and let her know what you're thinking about her. And it might be a tough assignment, but let's do it. Okay, so you'll have about, let's take about 3 to 4 minutes to think about that word volunteer. And then I'll call us back together and you can share what you think about her. Now, okay, so you will really empathize with this one. Her dog died. Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna really give her some empathy, some love today. And then I'm recording this, and when we're done, I'm gonna send this recording to her from you guys and from all of us. So I'm asking each one to think about the word volunteer, because she's volunteered so much of her precious time just for us. And let's let her know what we're thinking about her, and I'll do the same. So about 3 to 4 minutes here. How's everyone doing? Ready? Who'd like to talk with Angela first or talk to Angela first? Okay, John.
Hi, Angela. I chose 3 letters, V, R, and E. The first one is for volunteering itself. Appreciate you volunteering your time on multiple occasions. And I see a volunteer as someone who gives time and effort without expecting recompense. And you've done that. You do so because you believe in the cause of justness and you believe positive outcomes are going to come from your efforts. So I think that's a volunteer, and you have exhibited that. I chose R because of respect. You've exhibited respect for your audience, regardless of our comments or questions, and you've all given us time to speak. And lastly, for your situation today, I chose E for empathy. I certainly can understand your loss of a pet best friend, as I have lost several. 2 of them, in fact, have been seared in my memory, and I'll never forget that as they looked for me to help. And as their master, and their bodies were broke down, and I was powerless. All I could do was hold their hand in the last moments. So I have empathy for you.
Casey?
Yeah, I'll go. I was a little late, so I sort of missed the direction, but I think that we're speaking about some of the letters and volunteer and how they relate to you. And I just wanted to say I'm so, as an animal person, animals make up my life. I'm so sorry. It's just the worst. So hard and so sad. And I know that soon you'll think back about your doggie and just have smiles and good memories. I jotted down some words that go with all the letters of volunteers, which I think is what we were meant to do. So V is for vigorous, which you obviously are. We see that every week when you're presenting to us with so much energy and passion. And O for observant. Obviously, you're very observant in being able to lead with so much empathy and thought about everything that goes on. A leader for L. U for unity. I think everything you have taught us goes right with unity. And you're very nurturing. Just the fact that this is your area of expertise, and talented, obviously, and empathetic and energetic, and are razor sharp is obvious from knowing you that you are smart as a whip. So we thank you for all you've given to us and just thinking about you on this tough day.
Melissa?
All right. When you gave us the word volunteer, I thought of love and empathy first. And so first, Angela, I just want to say how very sorry I am for your loss. Please be gentle with yourself. Not everybody understands that pets are family and comfort us when we are at our lowest points. And my heart goes out to you. And I'm sending you lots of love and light. And I just want to let you know how much I appreciate your time, energy, experience, and grace as you've shown each of us during these weeks that we've been together. You've shown each of us in this group how to explore our own biases as we try to make our own little corners of the world a little bit more just. And I really appreciate that. Peace to you.
Bob? You're muted, Bob.
Okay. I've been struggling with this issue of volunteering myself. And I was thinking of Angela, and one of the things I decided to do was define volunteer. My sense of that is donating / sharing freely your personal time and talents to people and organizations that you passionately care about. And Angela's relationship to us has done that extremely well. She's obviously incredibly passionate about her own work and her own talents, and she shared so much of that with us that we have to be very appreciative of her willingness to be a volunteer.
Rose?
Yes, thanks for this opportunity. And I just want to say, Angela, with everything going on in the world and just noting the topics you covered with us, really tough topics of diversity, equity, inclusion, access. I look forward to hearing more about what you have to say on equity. It is just such a welcoming community that you created. You are a young woman, but you have come to us with so much knowledge, and you've taught this much older woman so much. And I just want to say I really appreciate getting that sense of peace. I listened to a speech of President Kennedy yesterday. It was about peace. And I think you are carrying that message to us. And I want to thank you for that. I want to chime in about dogs. Lost my dog, Miko, maybe 30 years ago. He was hit by a car, and recently heard his name on TV. So you don't really hear, it's not a very common dog name. So I hope, as with a lot of my family is with me, I hope that your pet will be with you. And I did quite easily actually come up with adjectives for you for all the letters of volunteer, but I'm just going to pick out 3. And virtue, you symbolize virtue. I've been spending time with, I don't know exactly your age, but I've been spending time with younger people, millennials and Gen Zers. And I'm just blown away by what you're all bringing to the table. And it makes me feel much better as I age through this volunteer process. Also nurturing, to be able to nurture people that are, in most cases, I should say, older than you. And resourceful. I've been giving presentations for 30 years. It is not easy. I can only imagine. Have an idea of all the preparation that you put into this. And what I really, really like is the ability to get discussion going. That's tough. A lot of times it's like pulling teeth, and you are able to do that with elegance, grace, and ease. So thank you.
Thank you, Rose. Thank you, all of you guys. Really appreciate that. So my part, I chose to do all of the letters. Valuable as what I consider Angela as far as the work that she presents for us. And outstanding, you guys have already said that in a certain kind of way, outstanding in how she always comes through, and loyal. She's always full of good cheer and encouragement, and untiring in responses to our questions, and the contributions are just simply notable. What she's already shared with our group, I don't think it's going to be forgotten. Trustworthy, absolutely trustworthy. And when she joins the group, she's always eager to share the information. And when she shares it, she's always effective. And what I really, really appreciate is that, Angela, you're always ready. Not everyone can do that in presentation mode, but you're always ready. So I just want to say that you have journeyed with us. You'll listen to our joys and woes and moments of confusion and uncertainties. And yet you have persevered with listening and more words of hope and encouragement. And I have observed in this setting a group of people who have decided to commit, remain focused, and with a belief that together we will succeed in helping each other overcome whatever it is we're going through in a more unified manner in our daily lives. And that's thanks to you, my cousin. You are so loved today, and we are sending tons of love to you and John Michael. Blessings.
Could I just echo what Melissa said? I was a little nervous because I wasn't sure what exactly you wanted, but what Melissa said about just being kind to yourself and taking some time. It's so hard when we lose a beloved pet, and I just hope you take some time and and be nice to yourself. And thank you for all you do for us.
You guys are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's take it up a notch. Every presentation that Angela presents to us is interactive. And so I just want this word to be fun. In that word interactive, there are lots of words. Take a look at the word interactive. You can write it down if you want to. And I'm going to give you maybe a minute to come up with as many words as possible. Fun, silly, meaningful, it doesn't matter. Because we want to make sure that in the midst of Angela's struggle right now, that she can laugh. Let's do something silly and fun. I've written down some stuff here. It's kind of not really, really silly, but let's send some laughter too. We're going to send love and laughter. So the word interactive. And I'm going to put you guys on the spot. We're not going to let's not take any time for this one. Write the word interactive down and just look at it. Okay, whoever wants to go first and share their words, let's do it. I'll start. So there is the word it, rat, retain, race, eat, in, vet. That's what I got so far. Who can top that?
I got irritable, which Angela never seems to be, but whatever the opposite of irritable is.
Okay. No one's looking up, so I guess everyone is still thinking. Melissa, you're looking up. You're next.
All I can come up with right now is tactic.
Tactic. Okay, that's good. Rose?
I may have cheated a little bit, but I was thinking about interactive as far as what it brought out, the word itself. And I was thinking of dance, play, engage, and a lot of us haven't done that in the last going on 7 years now. So just try to have fun. Music. I don't listen to enough music. So interact with the things that make you happy.
That's beautiful. Thank you. Melissa put joy in the chat. Yeah.
I got another one.
Okay, go for it.
Excitement.
Yeah. Okay. All right, John.
I didn't have, only one I think I said that you didn't say was a cat. That's all I had. Everything else was the same
All right.
or less.
Okay, Bob's not looking up. He's deep in thought, but you're next, buddy.
I'm not good at this. I don't know. I wanted to say tractor, but it's not there. That's my favorite kind of thing.
Oh my gosh. Thanks for the laughter, Bob.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Anybody else? She'll get a kick out of that. Okay, Rose.
I'm gonna try to find the link. When I was a much younger woman, Tina Turner is who I listened to pick me up. And I think Tina Turner would be somebody really good for Angela to interact with.
With the
try to
dancing,
find the link.
with the dancing also?
Definitely with the dancing. That woman could dance. I'm blessed. 2008 ingrained in my memory. I went to the concert in Chicago. It was amazing.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to get on the serious side a little bit. The presentation today was going to be on equity. And I know that she was going to be well prepared as with everything else she's presented to us. So we're just going to have a little interactive activity with equity. But first of all, let's try to define what equity is. And you keep your definition. So when she returns, let's compare the definitions and see if we're on target. Okay, so what do you guys understand the meaning of equity to be? What is equity? I'll just give you a clue. Equity entails, oh, I'm sorry, Sandra, I see your hand. Go for it.
Just had heard a great quote yesterday. I think it came from Eric Holder. He said, equity is making sure everyone has a pair of shoes. Equality is making sure that everyone has a pair of shoes. Equity is making sure that every shoe fits.
Wow, that's powerful. So based on what you're saying, I'm thinking of equity as fairness and just. Okay, Melissa.
Yeah, I don't think I can say it better than what Sandra did, but just providing individuals what they need and how and when they need it.
Anyone else? Okay, Casey.
Isn't it like, people don't necessarily need to be treated equally. Sometimes they need to be treated unequally to make the playing ground equal. I'm not finding my words today, but you see what I mean. Isn't
Yeah,
that right?
It's yeah, I agree with that, because we're talking about recognizing that we do not all start from the same place, but we have to acknowledge that there are imbalances in where we're trying to arrive, where we're trying to get to.
Much more eloquent way of saying that. Thank you.
That's kind of what you said, really. At least that's what I understood you to say.
I think of that little cartoon that shows the three people standing behind the fence wanting to look over. They each have an equal box to stand on, which was equality, but they had to rearrange it for the smallest person to have two boxes, and so that all three could see over the fence. That it wasn't equality wasn't the issue. The issue was equity, so that people can all have the same possible view of the world.
I love that visual too. Anyone else, John? Rose?
Doesn't that really say equal outcomes is what you're talking about, isn't it?
Right.
The means can be unequal, but the outcome or opportunity should be equal.
Mhm.
The end result, if you will.
Right.
Hey, Rose?
I just want to bring up Heather McGee, and potentially, if you haven't done it already, Ms. Evelyn, a book that we could read, The Sum of Us. And it just reminds me of a lot of the challenges we're having right now is because people think that if I give up my piece of the pie, then I'm going to be left out. So to me, it speaks to that we're all in this together, and let's not be so possessive of what we have. And I think if we would all share, we would be in a much different place.
Thank you for that, Rose. I've not read her book, but I've done followed her podcast, finished her podcast actually. So whenever people bring up ideas like that, I'm thinking, do you want to lead that book study, Rose?
I'll tell you what, it's a book that I've been meaning to read, and I just keep up so much with the politics of the day. I don't read, but you have encouraged me to do so. So I will buy the book tonight. I don't know. I think of the young woman that you had that led the Michelle Obama book. I just don't know if I could bring that kind of quality to it, but
There's no
if we could
comparison
do it,
here.
if we could do it together, I just don't know if I can build that syllabus and everything, but if it could be a little more of a free-for-all and a community event, then I can do it.
However you choose to lead it.
Rose, I bet there's a syllabus online for a
Thank you.
Yeah.
cheater.
All righty. So now we're going to have, this will be the last activity for today, because I don't want her to be overwhelmed with so much information in one setting. So I'm going to try to keep it short. But this one is an activity. I think I did this with our Indivisible group a long time ago when we were at the library, if you guys remember, in close by where we live. But anyway, it's called Step Up, Step Back. And this kind of focuses on equity in a way. But if you can write on one side of your paper, step forward, on the other side, step back. Number your paper, you fold it and split it down the middle. There are 19 questions. And when we're done, I don't have anything else to say about it. I want you to think about this activity in terms of equity. Okay, so here we go. Number one, I'm going to read number one from both sides and number two from both sides. I'll continue that until we get to number 19. So this one on the step forward side, if your family owned their own home when you were a kid, check it. Step back. If we were actually together, we would actually perform this in a step forward, step back activity where you're actually moving. If either of your parents did not graduate college.
Sorry, but should we be writing these down or just put in the
No.
check to count the checks at the end?
Count the checks if it applies to you.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't clarify that. On the step back side, the number one is this: if either of your parents did not graduate college, check it. This is your step back. Step forward. If you or anyone in your immediate family is a doctor, a lawyer, a minister, a teacher, or professional, step forward. That's a check for you. Or not.
So if it's not a forward, do we put a back?
If it's not a forward, don't put a check.
Okay,
And the same is true. If it's not a step back, don't put a check. If you can just stay stationary, just do that. Okay. If you grew up with people of color or working class people who were maids, servants, gardeners, or babysitters in your house, step forward. What I'm going to do to make it easier, I think, is I'm going to go through all of the step forwards first.
Okay.
Does that make it easier for you guys?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Can we
Number-
start over from the beginning then?
yeah.
Yes,
Sorry.
you can do that. Yeah, that'll make it easier. Sorry about that.
I got lost, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. So this is just step forward. If your family owned their own home when you were a kid, that's a check for you. That's your step forward.
Mhm.
Number two, if you or anyone in your immediate family is a doctor, a lawyer, a minister, a teacher, or a professional. Number three, if you grew up with people of color or working class people who were maids, servants, gardeners, or babysitters in your house. If you studied the history and culture of your ethnic ancestors in elementary and secondary school.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one?
Sure. If you studied the history and culture of your ethnic ancestors in elementary and secondary school, that's a step forward for you. If you have, number five, I'm sorry, if you have ever written a letter to influence the outcome of a political decision. Number six, if you are a man.
Hmm.
Number seven, if as a white person, you ever worked in a job where people of color held more menial jobs or paid less or otherwise harassed or discriminated against. Number eight, if your family had more than 50 books in the house when you were growing up. Number nine, if your family told you that you could be or do anything that you choose.
Hmm.
10, if you were taken to art galleries, museums, or plays by your parents. 11, if you ever attended a private school or summer camp. 12, if you grew up expecting that your family would pay for your college. 13, if you believe that police would help you in an emergency. 14, if you ever inherited or expect to inherit money or property. 15, if you are one or both of your parents or, I'm sorry, I'll start again. If you or one or both of your parents are or were members of unions. If most of your friends are the same race as you. If number 17, if people with power in your community look like you.
Could you repeat that, please?
Sure. If people with power in your community look like you. '18, if people that you see in the media, TV, newspaper, and magazines look like you. Number 19, and this is the last one on the side of step forward. If as a child, your family took you to a museum, historical site, concert, or play, same, we've already had that question, but for some reason it's here again. Okay, let's go back now for a step back. If these don't apply to you, step back.
So
Number
if they
one,
apply to you, we check it.
yes. If either of your parents did not graduate college. Number two, if you did not vacation outside your home state before you were 18 years old. Number three, if you are Black, Latina, Native American, Indian, Asian, Arab, or Middle Eastern descent. Number four, if you have ever been denied a job or paid less for comparable work or had a less qualified man promoted over you because of your gender. Number five, if you are a survivor of incest, rape, or abuse. Number six, if you were raised by someone other than by both of your biological parents. Number seven, if anyone in your family has had a problem with drugs or alcohol abuse. Number eight, if you ever felt an opportunity or an experience was closed to you because you didn't know how to speak, dress, or act. That's kind of an ambiguous question, statement, but here we go. Number nine, if you have ever been unable to attend an event or a gathering because it was not accessible to people with your disability. Number 10, if you ever felt judged or uncomfortable because of the size, height, or shape of your body. Eleven, if your family taught you that police were someone to be feared. Number 12, if your parents told you that you were beautiful or pretty and therefore what you thought or did wasn't important.
What was that one?
If your parents told you that you were beautiful or pretty and therefore what you thought or did wasn't important. It's ambiguous, so think through that one.
Okay.
And it's purposely ambiguous. Thirteen, if as a child you were ever hungry or worried that there would not be enough food. Fourteen, if your family was ever forced to move because they could not afford to pay their bills. 15, if you or any member of your immediate family has ever been on welfare. 16, if you or any member of your family has been incarcerated for reasons other than political activism. 17, if you have ever lived somewhere that you didn't feel safe. 18, if you have ever hesitated to reveal reveal to your family your religious tradition. 19,
To
sorry.
your family, revealed
Yes.
to your family?
Your religious tradition or beliefs. If you've hesitated to do that. Okay. 19, if you are queer, gay, lesbian, bisexual, or transgender. That's it. I will ask you, I wasn't going to go into this, but I will ask you, I kind of want to see what your list look like comparatively. Which side is more step forward, step back? Who would like to share that? Okay, Rose.
Sorry, clicker wasn't working. So yes, I am privileged. So 12 in the forward and 4 in the backward. So 3 times privileged.
Wow. Okay. Anyone else want to share?
Yeah, I had 16 in step forward and 9 in step back.
I had 11 forward and 5 back.
Okay. Hey, John.
12 forward, 3 back.
All right. Sandra, do you want to share your results? You don't have to.
I had more privilege. It's more forward. I was trying to count them because I think I lost track, but I was writing them down. So I was trying to count, but I have more forward than back.
Okay. So as closure, okay, Casey, I'm sorry.
No, I just was gonna say, I have 15 forward and 5 back.
Okay, Casey, does this remind you of anything that we did in the past, long time ago?
Yes.
Just for well, John and Bob was part of this process too. One of the first things that we did as an anti-racist group was this was like 2021, 22 when we first started. Anyway, Casey was on a panel with 3 other people, and they were all professionals. And the topic was white people talking to white people about racism. And for me, that is probably one of my favorites, one of the most powerful, because people had to just really reveal themselves from the time they were in elementary school to where they are today in their life. And that was, I mean, you guys became so vulnerable that I was just like, I probably did cry. Just knowing that you care that much about people, that you are going to reveal that kind of stuff about yourself. And it wasn't easy. So I really, really appreciate that. And I appreciate you guys participating in this action too. And Angela will pick it up and bring us back to the real interactive, participatory training on equity whenever she's feeling better. So thank you guys for participating in this special event for her. And I know that she will be most appreciative. Melissa, do you want to have, you unmuted yourself, you want to make a comment?
No, I just wanted to say when we, before we signed off, like, bye, thank you.
Okay, if you guys want to unmute and say whatever you want to say to Angela and all in one voice, that'd be great.
Sending so much
You
love,
are.
Angela.
You
Take
are.
care.
We miss you. Look forward to seeing you next time.
Righty, love you, Angela. And you guys, thank you so much for this time, and all the best to you guys this week and whatever you're going to be doing. And just, just remember her and, send her hugs, air hugs, however you do that. And yeah, this is all about love. Really appreciate that.